You are Locked On Dodgers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Oh, well, that was the purest and clearest description of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Utterly unforgivable and embarrassing. I mean, come on. Caught the very end of the Dodger broadcast on Spectrum, and they used the term, "We are utterly stunned." I believe that I feel pretty close to that. Completely and utterly stunned. I almost started the postcast with 2 outs in the ninth, 2 strikes. Evan Phillips on the mound. But I didn't. So you can't blame this one on me. I'm Pete Fox, host of the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. Thanks for making me probably your first listen today. Appreciate the everydayers doing that. You can also listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed, where you can find Jeff and Vince doing the daily podcast, but not today. They're Monday through Friday. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. The right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your rivals. Check out Booking.com for your stay today. Kind of don't know where to start. I'm looking at some of the comments. I haven't seen a fire Dave Roberts yet, but Nando, I would accept that today. I did see from a J Smooth, Dave Roberts sucks. Oh well, I keep saying, get us some pitching. Phillips has been shaky for too long. I don't think Phillips has been pretty good. I was complaining about him yesterday, saying, why did he come in like the 6th as opposed to the 9th? Don't know that I can put this on Phillips completely. Yohan Ramirez gave up the game-winning home run to Detroit. I would put this on Dave Roberts. Can I sue the Dodgers for false advertising? Oh, sorry. Hold on. What do you mean by that? I don't know, Seabad. Everything you say makes me laugh. Sometimes I don't even know what you're saying. Here we go. Fire Dave Roberts from Daniel Barry. This one's on Dave Roberts for me. Counting his chickens before they hatched. Ran out Ricky something or other. Vanasco hasn't pitched since April 15. He had a good outing then, but that's an eternity ago. 2 innings, 1 K, the rest zeros. But honestly, hard to argue. You're up 5, 9-5. You kind of feel like this one's in the bag, right? Just go out, get some ground balls, get out of this thing. Was not to be today. And yeah, Dave Roberts probably will own it. Should own it. That was a bad call. They did go get Vanasco as soon as possible. Brought in Evan Phillips, got to within, I think it was 1 strike. Definitely with 2 outs. And then the Tigers just started going off. I have a friend who is from Detroit, still a Tigers fan, even though he lives in Phoenix, Scottsdale to be specific. And he texted me to say, yeah, the Dodgers pulled the Tigers today. Letting one slip away like that. Just bad. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I mean, this is the kind of thing that the Dodgers can't afford to do right now. In the middle of this funk that they're in, today would have been a nice victory. Oh, it would have felt so good. There were so many positives in this game. Even though they fell behind early 2-1. Big bats. Overflowing Diamond Dogs list today. Plenty to speak about with regard to the Dodgers doing good things at the plate. As I said in the notes, 2-hit day for Pajes, Teo, Gavin Lux with a big RBI at bat. Chris Taylor producing both with walks and base hits, scoring runs. Dodgers led early, not something they have done in quite a while. Definitely not on this road trip. They gave that up right away. Fall behind 2-1. Then they tied it. No thanks to Dino Ebel again at third base, being timid and shy. Freddie Freeman with a single up the middle. Austin Barnes on base at second. Correct me if I'm wrong. Austin Barnes, fairly speedy. Not a big overweight, fat, slow dude. He is, not young either, but he's also speedy enough to score there. No. We're going to hold you up. And again, this is where we have to thank Chris Taylor for getting the bases loaded walk and the RBI. If it wasn't for Chris Taylor, we don't score a run there. Tie the game. Changes the complexion of the game. Dodgers put up 3 in the top of the 5th. Tigers answered right back with 2 in the bottom of the 5th. I mean, this one was a haymaker fest throughout. To answer your question, Tom, yes. The question is, Locked On Sports, is it possible for you to go live in the 9th inning of any game? I would be very interested in that format. Yeah, I can. Sure. But I can't do play-by-play. That's against the rules. Spectrum has the rights for play-by-play. I can go on anytime I want. I'm just fairly superstitious, as I think a lot of you are, that when I go on when the Dodgers are getting their ass handed to them in the 9th inning, not when they're ahead, because I feel like I jinx them if I go on in the 9th. So I was going to today, but I didn't because, game wasn't over and, it was close. So it's really hard to go on in the 9th if you're close, because, like for example, today, if I'd have gone in the 9th, the show would have been 2/3 over by the time the game was over. I only do 27 to 30 minutes here every day. So your comments are, well taken, appreciated. I will pass them on to my producer, the powers that be, and see what people feel about that. Roy, agreed completely. This was an ugly, frustrating game. Phillips has sucked for too many games, gained weight while rehabbing, probably meeting with Muncie at McDonald's. That's not very nice. Again, that, was it a home run off the cutter? Or was it just a base hit? I think it was just a base hit in the 9th, from Veerling doubling to left to make it 9-6. And then, it was a home run that tied the game from Keith. I thought it was another fastball up. As you know, I've complained about too many good pitches in crucial positions to the opposition. And this was another situation where it seemed like that, but it was not a fastball up. It was a cutter that didn't do a whole lot of anything. 93, elevated over the plate, and Keith yanked it to left field for the game tying home run. Not a good pitch. So it's just, look, they're never going to be perfect in these situations. Our expectations are high. That, without a doubt, is one. Tom Allen, I would post your message, but dropped an F-bomb in there, so I can't. Tom says, oh, please, F the superstition. It'll be fun. Just try it. I'll be there. Okay, done. I'll do it. I promise. I've done it before. I do it in basketball all the time. I'd be happy to go on in the 9th if that's what you guys want. Hey, I'm here to please. I am here for you guys. If that's what makes this more interesting, let's do it, without a doubt. Next time, tomorrow we'll be on in the 9th, bottom of the 9th, top of the 9th, depending on where it is. So, yeah, for sure. I don't have a problem. I don't necessarily believe in all that superstition stuff all the time. I just don't want to be vulnerable to you guys blaming me for a loss. That's where I fall on the superstition thing. I know a lot of people are superstitious about sports, very highly. And that's I don't want to be susceptible to you guys busting my backside over coming on too early. But if that's what you want, I'll do it. Let's do it. I think it's fun, without a doubt. Dodgers let one slip here, just absolutely blowing it, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. 5 in the 9th from the Tigers, and then a walk-off 2-run home run. 11-9 Detroit. Ugh, I don't even like saying it. The mere hearkening back to 10, 15 minutes ago has got me upset again. That was awful. Not what you're looking for at this time of the year. Not what you need when the Dodgers are playing the way that they are. That would have been a big win, a confidence-boosting win, but no, it wasn't to be. Thanks for watching us here on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. Also listening on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. I am Pete Fox. We'll hit the break and come back with the Diamond Dogs list, which is a whole bunch of what could have been. So hang out. All right, today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast brought to you by Booking.com. Yeah, with summer travel heating up, we are right in the middle of it. Special travel for baseball games. You know, obviously you go to the home games, but, you know, you put something on your to-do list, on your bucket list. Wouldn't it be fun if we explored other U.S. cities? Yes, it is fun. It's awesome. You know, why not check out one of your rivals' cities? Hotels, bed and breakfast, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more. Booking.com. You might find your perfect stay even in your rival's city. As I mentioned, end of the month, I'm going to Phoenix, Scottsdale, etc., to visit some friends, go to a Diamondbacks game. Unfortunately, they're not playing the Dodgers, but I do consider the Diamondbacks somewhat of a rival to the Dodgers. And Scottsdale, Phoenix is an awesome city. There's so much to do, restaurants, etc. Obviously, this time of year, the golf, the outdoor activities are a little bit more complicated and challenging, but nonetheless, it's still a lot of fun to check out your rival's city. You might find something there you didn't know existed and be pleasantly surprised from hotels that overlook the stadiums like Petco in San Diego. Family-friendly resorts. Booking.com has so many choices across the U.S. for your summer travel this Major League Baseball season. The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your rivals. Book today on Booking.com, on the site, or in the app, Booking.com. Today's show also brought to you by Tax Network USA. Here on Locked On Dodgers Postcast, we pride ourselves on getting you the latest news on your team. Unfortunately, today, that news is not good. But it is year-round. You know what else is year-round? Collections season. Just because tax season is over doesn't mean the IRS will stop coming after you for unfiled taxes. The IRS can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Don't let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals at tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. With over 14 years of experience and A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. I know having a tax professional support us with our little small business has been very, very stress relieving and helpful. I definitely do not enjoy dealing with taxes, and having a tax professional on your side will definitely ease that stress. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or finally hit that parlay this season and need help correctly filing, call 800-549-1000 or visit them online, tnusa.com/locked on, and be sure to mention the Locked On Dodgers Postcast at checkout, and you'll receive $250 off your first order. Five runs in the 9th, and you can't hold it? Tomorrow's game does not matter. Win or lose, tomorrow is inconsequential because of this disaster. Couldn't disagree with you more, Roy. Sorry. You got to turn the page on this one. They did a lot of good things. In the end, though, they come away empty. I get it. But if you win tomorrow in convincing fashion, you win the series, you go into the All-Star break on the right foot. Baseball players, professional athletes are very good at having memory loss, short-term memory loss. That's the turn the page thing. They're going to move on. They're going to kick themselves. Ricky Vanasco is crying in his post-game chicken right now over his ice-cold Yingling or whatever they have there in Detroit. Maybe it's just good old-fashioned Budweiser. But yeah, they realize that this is not acceptable, and potentially, as I'm trying to be positive, this is a wake-up call for some of those guys. I know you feel like the bullpen has been awful. It really hasn't been. The Dodgers' problems of late have been starting pitching and hitting. Today, starting pitching was pretty good. Like, let's look at the positives here. Robo was okay, considering he's a rookie in his second major league start. Wasn't great. 3 runs on 5 hits, 4 in total. It's a 1 earned run, 4 Ks. But he ate up 5 innings, was set up to win the game. Would have been his first major league win. So that was okay. I give that outing a B-. Could have been way worse. Bonda was okay. Trinan was okay. Gave up 2 hits, but the rest zeros with a K. Vesia did his job as he has been of late. Just Vanasco. That was on Dave Roberts. Why are you bringing that guy in? We needed this win badly. Series win. Setting up for a sweep. I think Dave Roberts just went to sleep. I think a lot of us would have done the same thing. It feels to me like, yeah, we were all cruising, right? That's why we're so ticked off right now. We were all cruising. I had already cracked a beer. This game's over. That's why we're upset right now. That's why we're pissed. Because this game was in the books. Series win. Heading into the All-Star break tomorrow. You know damn well they win this game today, they probably just phone it in tomorrow and lose. So now, going into the All-Star break, something's on the line. They got to win this game tomorrow to win this series, to have a good mental outlook on the second half of the season. Let's do the Diamond Dogs list because there's a lot of good offense in this game. Shohei Ohtani leads off the game with a triple. He was 0 for 9 before yesterday's game-winning double. So he has turned it around. Pair of hits today. Ties Duke Snider for extra base hits before the All-Star break. He scored on a Freddie Freeman fielder's choice, which was roped to first base. That was good contact from him for number 4 on the Diamond Dogs list. Freddie Freeman single in the third to load the bases again. This is where Dino Ebel got all timid and shy again at third base. Held up Austin Barnes, who ultimately would score thanks to Chris Taylor, number 3 on the Diamond Dogs list today. A bases loaded RBI walk in the third, which tied the game at 2. Or number 2 on the Diamond Dogs list, Shohei Ohtani, a bomb to right. It wasn't Ohtani-esque. It wasn't Ruthian. It wasn't massive, towering home run, 373 feet. Came on a 1-0 change for number 29. And with that, he passes Duke Snider for the most extra base hits in Dodger history before the All-Star break. And number 1, Gavin Lux, a 2 RBI single in the 5th, scoring Freddie and Pajes with 2 outs. Nice hit from Gavin Lux. He had 2 on the day. Honorable mention to Austin Barnes, who stayed hot with a pair of hits. And then Kike Hernandez, a 2-run home run. They hung a slider in the 5th, and he roped it 409 feet to left field. His first home run since June 8th. So that was good for him. Lots to be happy about at the plate, without a doubt. But, blowing a 5-run lead is unforgivable. Are you IV or are you 4? And are you a Tigers fan? I hope the Dodgers lose tomorrow. Bite your tongue. This is interesting. Victor, Kike Hernandez would have been a better option on the mound than Vanasco. Potentially. Craig, haven't heard from you in a while other than pleasantries. Need to get a closer. Well, there's a lot of talk out there about the Dodgers acquiring their former closer, Kendry. What the hell's his name? Help me out here, Craig. Can these Boston Red Sox now? Kendrys Morales? No, that's the guy that played for the Angels forever. Kenley Jansen. I beat you to it. Yes, there's a lot of talk out there about acquiring him again. I don't know about that. He wants to end his career with the Dodgers, but he's old. How old is Kenley Jansen? Jensen. Or is it Jansen? No, it's Jansen, yeah. He is 36 years old. I guess that's not too terribly ancient, but I agree. I'm with you. Definitely need some help at the back end of the bullpen. Evan Phillips had been locked down. He has really gone sour quickly. And really, honestly, it doesn't leave you with a lot of options because I don't know that you turn to Trinan, Vesia, or Banda. I don't know that you turn to any of those guys as closers. They've all been very good of late. Productive, getting outs, not giving up crucial high leverage home runs that change the tone of the game completely. So maybe, I don't know, Trinan at times is unhittable. You know, his ERA at 2.28 is not reminiscent of how unhittable and dominant he's been. We have some disagreement about Kenley Jansen from Roy. Don't say it, Pete. And a bunch of emojis. No Jansen. He will make today's game acceptable. All right. So no to Jansen from Roy. This is a fair point from Craig. Roberts has worn out the bullpen. That is absolutely accurate. Well said, Craig. But look, you can't again put that on Dave Roberts. You got to say the start. That's based on the lack of production from the starting rotation. That's not Dave Roberts' fault that the starters are just getting into problems in the third inning and that everybody's on the IL. He's out there juggling plates, spinning plates right now on sticks, trying to keep them in the air. Give the guy a little bit of credit that he's, playing shorthanded here, one hand tied behind his back. It's not Dave Roberts' fault that everyone's getting hurt and the starters are struggling. So it is Dave Roberts' fault that they lost this game today, though. I will agree with you on that one. Vanasco was the wrong call. But maybe that came from Friedman and the nerds in the basement, that there was a statistical sabermetric advantage to getting Ricky Vanasco in there right at that moment in time with the 5-run lead. We all know what it was. We're up 5. It's the bottom of the 9th. It's Detroit. We're fine. That's what happened, without a doubt. And hopefully that becomes a reminder in the future and a wake-up call to not ever take your foot off of the gas, no matter how many runs you're up. Dodgers blow a 5-run lead in the 9th and lose in 11, or 10 rather, on a walk-off home run, 11-9. That's right. They were up 9-4 and lose 11-9. Tough, bitter pill to swallow. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Dodgers Postcast. I'm here to help you swallow that pill. Thanks for listening and watching and all of that. You can listen to us, of course, on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed on the weekend. We are your first listen for the everydayers, and we appreciate you. During the week, you listen to Jeff and Vince in the morning on the Locked On Dodgers postcast, and then you check me out on the Locked On Dodgers podcast. I've had to train myself to say postcast, and so much so that I have a tough time even saying the word podcast now. But Jeff and Vince do the Locked On Dodgers daily. You make them your first listen, and I am your second listen right after the game on the Dodgers postcast. With the break, come back. Put a lid on this one. Try to enjoy our Saturday and come back tomorrow morning, another early start in D-Town at Comerica, and get a series win and go into the All-Star break on a positive note. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast brought to you by eBay Motors. You know I love eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience are what bring home the winning trophy in sports. It's also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle. Maintenance is so important on vehicles, especially if they are not brand new. But if they're newer and they're running great, you can also level it up to peak performance, superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has got you covered. They have 122 million parts and then some. For your number ride or die, you will always find exactly what you're looking for And with eBay's Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time, or you get your money back. I love that Guaranteed Fit thing because you put in the make and model of your car and it'll say, this is the right part, or no, this is not the right part. Keep looking. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to turn your car into the MVP and bring home that win. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply. eBay's Guaranteed Fit, only available to U.S. customers. Yeah, the Dodgers really had things rolling. The way the game ended yesterday with two. Did you guys check that out? 2 overturned calls. The umpires were a disaster in this series so far. There's Dodgers 3 for 3 with overturned bad calls. Granted, they were all bang, bang. And one of them was kind of ridiculous. The foot kind of coming off of the bag ever so slightly. Can't be seen by the naked eye. Only in slow-mo replay can you see it. Everyone in baseball agrees that that rule is just ridiculous and dumb, and they need to change it. And the term that everyone says, it's not in the spirit of the game, right? You're either out or you're safe. And if you pop off the bag and just because the guy had his glove on you, you're out. No, you beat him to the bag. That's the point, right? That one was kind of crap for the Tigers. But the other two worked out for the Dodgers. They turned out to be right. They were bad calls. So the Dodgers did a lot of things that were favorable to them in this series. To come away with a loss in this one just stings. It is a bitter pill to swallow. Let's hope that it's somewhat of a wake-up call. Did it say what? Dodgers 9th inning disaster. This guy's Pat saying that I have the Dodgers win the series. Oh, you're right, Pat. My bad. That's a different headline that I didn't change. Oops. I wonder if I can change it right in the middle. Dodgers blow a lead in Detroit. Let's change that real quick. Oh, thanks, Pat, for pointing that out. Maybe that's just me being positive for tomorrow. Blow a huge lead. Oops. Good job, Pat. Way to be on top of things. See, you're a gamer, Pat. Dodgers need a guy like you paying attention to every little thing, right? Not, oh, we're up 5. It's good. Let's just coast on in with Ricky Vanasco. No, sorry. Roy's weekend is already ruined. This ruined a good weekend. Just hope the Braves continue to pound the Madres. Oh, yeah. The Dodgers did a lot of things positively in this game. 5 of 6 innings, leadoff hitter on. That's good. You know, clutch hits. It's just it's one thing or another. As Eric Karras always says, hey, this game is hard. Eric Karras, hard game. Yes. They did most everything right at the plate today. But the bullpen left the barn door open. And the cows got out, the horses got out, the pigs everybody got out in this one. This is wetting the bed, and then you run outside and find out the barn door is open. Just awful. But Ohtani's triple was nice. Home run from him. He's hitting the ball again. I love that Austin Barnes is making contact. Gavin Lux is making contact. Putting the ball in play, 2 for 5, 2 RBI, 216 batting average. Kike the home run. He's still well below 200 at 191. Austin Barnes, 259. Chris Taylor, 161. 1 for 4 today with a bases loaded walk for an RBI. Freddie Freeman, 1 for 4 with 2 RBI. Almost creeping back up to 300. Teoscar, a pair of hits. Getting ready for the home run derby. Let's hope that doesn't ruin his swing. And Shohei 314. So 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position. That was okay. That's pretty good. So, offense gets a A- today. 9 runs. Bullpen gets a do we even try to say the bullpen deserves a D-? No, just an F, right? That's a flat out F from the bullpen. Because you had 2 guys that faltered, not just one. If one guy gave up a home run that tied the game, like if it was just Evan Phillips with the home run and the Dodgers still figured out a way to win, then it's a D. But the fact that it was Phillips and Johan and they blow 5 runs, so 3 guys really faltered. So that's F for the bullpen. But as I said, B minus for Robo starting the game. That's all in all, I would say there's a lot of positives, plenty of silver lining, but it is hard to see that right now. I get it. This is one of these ones that's going to hang around all day. You're going to be eating dinner or you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're still going to be pissed and you're going to wonder why. Why am I still pissed right now? Why do I have this feeling in my stomach? Oh, that's right. The Dodgers blew a 5-run lead in the 9th and lost 11-9. So let's just leave it there. Let's move on. Let's go get another cold one. F for the bullpen. Everyone agrees there. All right, good. Thank you guys. It was very cathartic again. Beating it up with you. Comments are always stellar. We appreciate you. Feel free to like and subscribe, whatever it is you do over there. I appreciate all of that. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. And you can listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. That's where you check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast. Have a good night. Try to enjoy your Saturday. We'll talk tomorrow after game 3 where the Dodgers hopefully can win this series, not blow big leads, and head into the All-Star break on the right foot. It is a 10:40 start. According to ESPN, Shohei Ohtani is starting. Oh, no, that's just home run leader. Sorry. Who's starting this game for the Dodgers? It's probably a bullpen day, as Craig pointed out. I don't even think they've mentioned that yet. So, yeah, they don't even have pitching matchups referenced at this point. So it'll be a big surprise, but probably a bullpen day without a doubt. So let's hope for the best. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.